Hello, 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 everybody. Well, everybody. Welcome. I'm turning down the wrong button. Already off to a great start. I turned down the wrong thing. It's all right. I turned down nothing. You must have you had the stream pulled up. Hello. Turn that off. Turn that off.
I didn't even realize I did that.
I'm hearing myself.
Oh no. Yeah. We're off to a great technical start. What you didn't see is for the past 30. Let's see what time is it. 7:31.
The stream was supposed to start at 7 p.m. We
okay.
got on at least 6:40 p.m.
6:40 is when I started Discord. I struggled with this camera focusing. Autofocus was not working, and then at one point I was like, "Well, I got to move seats because now I've got to manual focus this thing, and I'm way too close to the camera." So right now, it looks decent. I feel like it looks pretty good. I feel like, but I was back and forth with the camera. And then I was struggling with my Beats because then now I have a gaming headset on, which I'm thrilled about. But these Beats sounded fine when I first put them in, and then all of a sudden, nothing. So yeah, we've had some good technical things going on.
Just want to say, also, from my end, I've been perfectly fine. Everything's perfectly fine.
Dude, you've had the same setup. When I'm telling you, okay. First, yes, welcome into I'm gonna want to say Summer Tree. If you're here and you've watched us years ago when it was Summer Tree Sports Pod, we are rebranding. Okay, you have seen it, and it's going to be called Third String Opinions, the TSO. So welcome to the TSO.
Welcome to the TSO.
Hayden, yes, welcome. Hayden has had his setup for years. When we decided a couple weeks ago to start it back up, basically I was like, all right, let's do this thing. But I just know 5 to 6 years ago when we were doing it, life was just different. And I'm like, look, it'll be easier for us to just do a podcast where we can do it remote, just sit in our wherever we're at, living rooms, bonus rooms, whatever, and do this podcast. I've got a good DSLR camera that I haven't freaking used in probably years, and I've got a MacBook Pro from 2012. So my setup is just
2012,
dude, it's mint.
Meanwhile, so, I probably have a top 5 studio in the city that we live in.
Oh, 100%. If you don't know Hayden Hayden has been making videos for how long? Probably now.
Making videos since before high school. Since high school. Yeah. And I'm an old man now.
So what? We both graduated in 2012.
Half my life, over 16 years.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we're 32. Both of us are 32. Hayden has got almost anything you could want for streaming. It's honestly amazing. I don't know how he just doesn't already work in this industry.
You should see how much I have to show for it. 700 views. On the most Iowa Hawkeyes up to the week.
How reliable am I as one of your viewers in everything that you do?
Well, you're by far the biggest fan. You watch most of my streams. You watch all my Hawkeyes videos. You watch a lot of the Novice Heroes stuff. You watch my personal stuff, and now you're on my sports podcast. Well, show. This is a show. This is not a podcast. This is a show. It can be a podcast, but it is a show.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny because so yeah, I mentioned I've got this going on in 3 different areas. I've got my phone down here just so I can see what the stream looks like. I've got everything, all the technical stuff opened up, and then I've got the camera that I'm going to look into for the podcast. And so it's weird because naturally I want to look down at my computer because you're there, but then I know I have to look at this camera too. So. It's fun. So it's a fun thing. I got a whole almost a TV studio set up here. I'm almost looking at somebody, but then looking at the camera in certain shots.
You know what my next investment is?
What's that?
My next investment is a teleprompter, and how I'm going to do it is I'm going to put my nice camera right behind the teleprompter,
Right.
obviously, so I can look into it. And then on the screen of the teleprompter is either going to be who I'm talking to, or it's going to be
Right.
or it's going to be chat that I'm streaming to. So that way,
Okay.
when I'm reading
That's really
chat,
good.
I can look right at the screen and see what they're saying, respond to it, and be looking right at them. Like
Dude,
right now,
that's
right now, I would have it right here, and I'd be looking at you
yeah.
face to face.
Yeah.
But those are expensive.
Yeah. That's next level stuff, honestly.
Let me
That's
Google,
awesome.
because you know, Elgato has like all the stuff that you need. An
Right.
Elgato teleprompter is $300.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
next
Well,
investment. 270.
so talking about just like the pod or the show.
The
God,
show.
the show a little bit.
Get it.
So yeah, third string opinions. About 2 weeks ago, funny story. I was listening to a show on the local sports station. Okay, and Hayden knows this. I'm not like a huge fan of one, in particular, one of the people. And I just knew that they had like a podcast show before. And when I say this, I'm not saying like, oh, I can totally do better and I'll be big and we'll get like a job for the radio station. Like
But
that's
that
not
is
my
true, though.
goal.
That will happen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest in my heart of hearts, that is what I would want to happen for sure. But I was just kind of like, you know what? Like we as in like me, you, and Elijah, who may or may not be joining us,
He
here and
he will
there.
always be our third co-host
Oh,
in heart,
100%.
no matter what. He
Um,
he come anytime he want to.
oh yeah. But I was listening to the radio and I was on my way home from work and I was like, man, there's nothing stopping us just from getting together for like an hour a week, like, and just recording something. Like we have the ability to do it. So like, why not do it?
Some more than others.
So yeah, technically 100%. But yeah, so that's what we want to do. And I don't really, like I talk about to you before, like trying to find like what would stand out. And I don't really think, I'm like not putting a ton of pressure on like, oh, what's going to stand out? What's going to be super popular? It's like, I just honestly right now, it's like a fun hobby, something to do, be able to talk to one of my best friends for an hour about sports or whatever else is going on.
Sports.
It's going to be sport. Like it's going to be sports centric. Of course, there's going to be things that like we
Sports,
both like,
culture in
that are going to,
general, with the
right,
focus
that
on
are going to get,
sports.
brought up. But yeah, so that's kind of what the TSO is going to be.
The TSO.
100%.
The terms of certain. No, never mind. So, let's. The last time we did a show, technically we did a show last week.
Yeah.
We did the live
show,
stream
yeah,
of the draft,
live
which
show for
we
the
had to
draft.
do on my channel because you have to do a 24-hour notice before the first time you go live on YouTube. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so we had to use my personal channel. Or was it my? Yeah, it must have been my personal channel.
It was the personal channel, yeah.
Yeah. So it's on there. Go over to @HaydenLinfoot, where you can also find the Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week. And so, since our last
Love
show,
the
I
update.
think it's been 5 years,
Since
half
the
a
last like
half a decade
show.
since our last show. I can go take a look, but I think
Wow.
it's been that
That's
long
crazy.
because we started it in 2019, that Fable 2019 season that was just crazy, where I was like still being a Mario to truther. Okay, so the last episode. Oh, it's gonna play. Oh, nice, didn't play. October 28th, 2021. So it's been about 4.5 years. And that was when the Titans had just come off of a run where we beat the Bills and the Chiefs, and we were starting to gain some traction for that 2021 season, which ended up. I think we were the number 1 seed that year. And then things
That was
got,
the Bengals. That was the Bengals game,
that
right?
was the Bengals.
Yeah. We
Yep.
were all there for that. We were not all together. Like I was with Elijah up in like the 200 level, and then you
in the normal
were with
seats.
your parents in the normal seats.
Mm.
Hayden's parents had season tickets, and so they
R.I.P.
always sat there.
The tickets,
Yeah,
not
R.I.P.
my
to the
parents,
season
not my
tickets.
parents,
Yeah,
but the tickets,
no,
the tickets.
Gary and Mary are alive and well. But yeah, the tickets. R.I.P. to the tickets.
Yeah.
Thanks to the new stadium and the price of
New
those
stadium
PSLs.
prices,
Ooh,
and they've been
buddy,
sucking. It's
man.
grim. It's grim.
Yeah, it is grim. But yeah,
Um,
I remember that game very vividly. One, because it was like a heartbreak, but like two, it was extremely cold outside. And one of the funniest things I remember is like going to a game with Elijah is very much an experience because he is like an all in type of person.
yeah.
And I remember getting to the seats, and we both had like our puffy jackets on, and he reaches into his puffy jacket and he pulls out like a little bitty bottle of Fireball, and I was like, my dude, like heck yeah, like it's 15 degrees outside and you've got it stocked, so
Just
yeah,
out him.
that was
Just
funny.
out him.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So 4.5-ish years since the last podcast. So, Braden, what have you been up to since then?
Oh man, not anything crazy. Still thankfully married to my lovely and beautiful wife Sarah.
That's good.
Moved in
That's good.
moved into this new house 3 years ago, so it's not really new anymore. Yeah, that's pretry much it. I mean,
You
nothing
started a new job,
colossal.
right? Like you
I
had.
did. I did start a new job. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I do? What was I? I was at the. I was so I was at the fire
Oh, that's
department.
right.
I
You
was
did
I was a
assessing
firefighter.
too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I did assessing for a very very short time. But yeah, now I actually teach physical education. So I'm kind of a little bit using my master's degree to an extent, at least kind of in the same field adjacent, which is nice. Exercise science.
I just did
But
the applause sound effect. You can't hear
Oh
that.
heck
But...
yeah, dude! Applause, applause. But yeah, so it's funny because my graduate, no, sorry, my undergrad was communication, so it was like all the sports journalism, things like that. Like doing things like this, like it actually used to be kind of technical.
And now he can't get autofocus to
and
work.
now I can't get autofocus to work. So life comes at you fast when you turn 32. Like I don't know what to tell you. What about you, Hayden? What can you tell our people since the last time?
So since our last podcast, the podcast gave way to something beautiful,
Okay.
and that is the Hayden's Iowa Hawkeyes update of the week.
Oh,
it has gone from a segment. You've ever done. It has gone from a segment from our podcast to full on productions. Sometimes I do a couple of years, sometimes I do 8 a year, but it's a thing. There is a niche amount of people. There's like a forum of like 55-year-old Hawkeye fans that my uncle's a part of.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. And I don't look at it. I've looked at it once, and it's nice. They're typically nice, but they're not afraid, dude. They are not afraid to be like. I mean, these are dudes who have been around the internet, like deep in the internet for years, and it's pretty. They're not mean, but they just say some crazy things sometimes.
So they're talking about your updates.
Yeah, they talk about the updates. I mean, they love the classic stuff, right? Like they love like when I did the 80s themed one-hit wonders updates, they loved that cuz that's when they all, were growing up on.
Right. That's hilarious. So did your uncle like put them onto that? He's already like a part of that forum.
Oh, yeah,
and he was just
you have to
like,
be
hey,
this is like they're like donors, like all these people. You have to pay to be a part of this.
So they're committed.
You can't
they're
just
very committed people.
You can't just sign up for this forum. You got to pay to be in it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, these people
so
they're
funny.
and so it's a very niche, and they're like oh. But I don't keep up with it. I just let my uncle go to town on it, and he just posts it, and he's like a manager. He's like my agent,
Dude, I had you were like literally like I have 3 best friends. It's Mitchell, Elijah, and Hayden as far as like my
Hurray!
friends go, right? And I did not know that. I had no idea. Like I literally talk to you every day, and I had
Well,
no idea that you had a forum following.
I don't think my uncle knows that I really know about it. I think he told me
Oh,
about
okay.
it, but he doesn't know that I've seen it a couple of times. So I don't talk about it a lot because I don't want it to influence me. I just know that there are a
Yeah,
group of middle-aged men who are watching me saying all sorts of crazy things.
that's hilarious.
Also, I've moved twice. I moved back in with my parents to save some money and to be with them during some stuff, and then I moved out into where I'm living now,
Right.
and I've done like 2 or 3 jobs, but right now I have a
Yeah.
nice steady job, which has been nice.
Yeah,
And I
dude,
got
your
a
job
new.
now is
My cat died, and I
yeah.
got two
All right,
new cats.
dude. We miss Rune.
We do miss
We miss
Rune.
Rune. What a
There's
guy.
Burso. He's being crazy right now. Hi, Burso. But my
Also,
new cats are nice too.
this is another one of those technical things, Hayden. Uh, to the people that are listening to this, this won't mean a thing. But on OBS, I realized that I still had like my camera on, so I turned it off just so it would not
Take a
overload anything.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that being on for a little bit it did anything, but
I
it's off
can't
now.
tell any difference. I think we're good.
Cool. All right. I just want to
Um.
make sure.
So new look, third string opinions, just
Yeah.
self-deprecating enough. Three
Yeah.
because we hope that there's going to be three of us.
Yeah.
Opinions because it's a show, and we
Yeah.
like the Titans colors, the new rebrand, all that jazz.
Yeah,
All
it
that
was so
jazz.
funny. I was sitting there the other night, like kind of messing around with whatever software I had because I used to have like all the Adobe Suite stuff. So like I used to actually be pretty decent at like Illustrator and Photoshop and all that stuff. And I had made some stuff a while back. Don't have access to any of that anymore. So when you were like, hey, let's like rebrand, make a different logo. I was like, all right. I was on the internet just trying to scour for whatever I could find to make a logo. So as you know, like I found Canva and I was like messing around with Canva. By the way, like the most unuser friendly website I think I've ever used. But I was scouting around on it, made a couple, and I sent them to you. And then the one that we're using right now that looks like the Titans logo, it made me laugh because I had that idea as we were like sending text back and forth, and I slapped it together, and I think I sent it like 4 to 5 minutes after a different logo, and I made that joke of like I literally just made the Titans logo on Canva in like three minutes. Like, and now I will say like I like looking at the uniforms and the logo and everything all together. I love it. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing colors. I love the colors, but at first I did not like the logo just because I was like, man, like it's just so simple. I feel like they could have like leaned into some like Greek mythology Titan stuff or like the sword
Hmm.
more.
Yeah.
But now that I see it, like I'm on the uniform, like ooh, that's a nice logo. That
Yeah.
looks good
I think when you pull it all
for sure.
together, it looks good.
Yeah,
I'm a friend of the rebrand just because the colors are nice. It
yeah,
kind of
love the
simplifies some
colors.
stuff more. Um, uh, I mean, there's really not much to say about the rebrand other than it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like
Yeah,
maybe the logo, like there's some design out there that's the perfect design, and then what we
right.
got isn't it. But that
Yeah,
doesn't mean it's bad.
yeah, right.
So
Yeah. So if you don't know, so we are Titans fans, obviously Titans fans. So this will be like more of a Titan centric podcast talking about the NFL. As
what?
you can see, as you can see behind me, I've got my Tennessee helmet propped up. Actually, you probably can't see that on the screen very well. On the actual like video we put out for the podcast, you'll be able to see it. I've got the Tennessee helmet behind me. Tennessee Vols fan through and through, ride or die, down to the worst moments. F you, Butch Jones. If you know, you know.
Fucking Butch
And then
Jones.
dude, like I like baseball, so I'm a big Braves fan. I don't know how much you would be able to like necessarily talk with me on that, but I'm a Braves guy. So
I know Chipper
um,
Jones.
Yeah, kind of all the regional. I've actually got on the video again that you're going to see in the actual video that we post. I've got a Chipper Jones signed jersey right over my, I guess, camera's left shoulder. So
Wow.
a good little backdrop. So that's kind of where I'm at as far as sports fandoms go.
I'm mainly Titans. That's my big one. And then now I am a Hawkeyes fan because I have to be.
Yeah,
Um, and then other than that, I like the Predators. They fired me. I think that happened
they
after the
did.
podcast. They
That
fired
was
me.
because of the flood, right?
There was a
Was that
flood.
because of the flood?
Yeah, there was a flood, and it wasn't like it didn't rain. It wasn't like raining or some crazy thing. It was like a pipe burst on
Yeah.
like Broadway, and all this water just starts flooding into the arena. And I go there on Black Friday, like 4 a.m. and I'm like one of the first people there, and the whole arena is just flooding,
Oh
and
no.
and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And and we're supposed to have a game that day. We're supposed to have a big Black Friday sale that day, but the arena's flooding, so I'm like moving stuff. I end up like taking video of it because it's crazy, and then I
Yeah.
sent it to my friend who works at Channel 5 News.
Yeah.
And he put it on.
Yeah. I
What she
remember
said, he
that.
said, "I'll credit you," and I was like, "Sure, whatever, I don't care."
Sure. Yeah.
And so he's like posting on Facebook. He's like, "This was just brought in by Hayden Linfoot," saying my name. And the funniest thing in the world is there's a video of me. If you Google my name here, maybe I can pull it up real quick. Um, there's a video of my feet.
Walking through the
Yes,
water.
walking through the
Yes.
water, my little toesies. And
That's
like
so
my
great.
manager calls me and is like, "Hey man, you weren't supposed to do that." And I'm like, "Oh." And then
Oh.
I'm super blurred out right now because I got a white screen on. And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm like, I asked my friend, I'm like, "Hey, is there a way?" And he's like, "Man, that clip's everywhere." And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm like, they're like, "Well, we're gonna put you on like a little suspension to make sure, while we figure out what's going on." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, okay." Um, and then like I like turn on like the NHL network, and there's a video of my feet on national television just going through the water.
My
Okay,
goodness.
so I'm gonna switch real quick to that. Here is my footage. You won't be able to see this, Braden, but the audience can. There's my little feet. Just imagine that as the Bridgestone Arena is flooding.
I can see the video because I remember it very much. Just
Yeah,
feet
yeah,
wading through water.
yeah. And yeah, they didn't like that I shared, social media, which I guess I get, so they let me go. It wasn't a crazy job. It was nice. It was like retail, and I made commission, and that was nice. But it wasn't anything huge.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so even though they fired me, even though the Predators fired me, I still root for them. Although I haven't been to very many games recently.
Man,
That is true.
that is a brutal. That's one thing I wish I could get back into is hockey. I remember when we went through that run in 2017. Like
Mm,
the city would just put on so much stuff, and like we were going to like all the watch parties like in
yeah,
downtown
that was
and
so fun.
everything. And
Yeah,
that was probably like the peak of my fandom for the Predators as far as like kind of knowing what was going on and like knowing who was on the team and what really like kind of the atmosphere of everything was. And then since they've dropped off, man, like I feel like I haven't paid a lick of attention
no,
to their Predators at all. Like I couldn't
they.
tell you even like who was on the team anymore.
Truth is, they just got to make the playoffs, and they haven't done that consistently,
Yeah,
and not well
yeah,
enough.
yeah. It seems
Um,
like there's just been like kind of a dry spill with with Nashville professional sports since kind of
yeah,
that like really since like kind of the start of COVID. COVID killed it, you know?
yeah, yeah. Ever since that interception by Ryan Tannehill, it's been rough
Yeah,
all around in
yeah,
Nashville.
yeah.
I
It
think the
really
soccer
has.
team did some good stuff. That's about it, right?
Yeah, I'm not a soccer guy. Like I'll be the first to admit, like
No.
I have never been a soccer guy. I know you played it. I was always a baseball player, and that was pretty much it as far as like being actually like really competitive. Uh, and So soccer just doesn't catch my attention either. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like where we are as far as I guess like our sports fandom. I'm definitely I would say I'm definitely obviously like a bigger college guy. But I tell myself this all the time, Hayden, that um, I'm like, man, like I just don't get into it like as much. And then when the Titan season rolls around, like I'm all about it. Like I'm all about it. But like as far as like, sorry, my wife is opening the garage. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but
Oh yeah, I could. I was like,
uh,
is there like a storm going on over there?
yeah. As far as like knowing off season things, like I still obviously kind of have a pulse with the Titans off season, but college football I feel like is so dynamic in the off season that I'm on everything. Like I can tell you pretty much anything that's going on
Yeah.
college football wise, off season stuff. So I don't really know. Like we have an agenda somewhat, but like I didn't really want to have something to like stick to tonight because I just kind of want us to have fun. Um, and so yeah, I don't really like know if we just want to like flow into some sports topics tonight. If you want to, I know you told me you had a rant. I don't know if you want to save that. There was two things you wanted to talk about. Um, I don't know if you want to get into one of those two things right now.
I am so ready for this rant.
Okay,
I
I've been
practiced it at work today.
you. You haven't told me what it is. You told me yesterday you had a rant ready to go, and I have no idea what it
Okay.
is. So let's hear it.
So, this is what it involves, but it's not what it's about. It's the
Okay.
whole Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini thing, okay?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not about what happened, it's about other stuff. But I'm going to give a little rundown timeline of that whole situation for anyone that doesn't know. Which, if you don't
Yeah.
know, that means why are you watching this podcast? I mean, we're so niche,
Come on.
right? Like you
Come on.
should know. But here it is, just to kind of get us all caught up, okay? And I'm not gonna. I might have gotten some things out of order. This is just we're flying by this, right?
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, there was some pictures of Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the New England Patriots, who just
Mhm.
went to a Super Bowl and lost, and previous head coach of the Tennessee Titans, relevant to us. And
Right.
Diana Rossini, who is an NFL reporter, she is for The Athletic, which is also, I think, the New York Times. They're all under the same thing. The Athletic's like their sports division or something. She's like the head NFL insider reporter, whatever, for that. She gets like her whole job is to like she gets leaks, she gets rumors, she talks about them, she reports them, all that for The Athletic. They were seen together, holding hands, getting close, getting a little too close, especially for two married people, not to each other,
Yeah. Yeah.
at a resort
100%.
in Arizona, and it's like a couples resort, and they're like getting close and touchy, and they're like in the pool, in the hot tub, and so these drop, and then immediately they both have statements, which I think they knew about it before, so they had these statements ready to go as soon as it dropped. Because someone was like, "Hey, I'm coming to you. You better be ready." And they're like, "All right," but they both dismiss it. Mike called it. Mike. We'll call him Vrabel. Vrabel called it.
Mike.
Yeah. Go Mike.
Good old Mike. We
Yeah.
know that guy.
He called it laughable. Diana Rossini. She said that it was like a girls' trip. There were other people there. It's completely innocent. And then the Athletic, they like stood by her. They're like, yeah, that's totally this is nothing. And then of course but they also they secretly they do a little bit of an investigating. But
Okay.
we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
And so Diana Rossini's torched online because everybody looks at these photos and they're like, yeah, okay, no one holds hands like this with a friend. Only me and
Right.
Braden do that.
Oh,
Only us. And, some say we're a little more than friends. Anyways, so she gets torched online and she tries to do this comeback by she tweets out wow, the NFL has made an update to their rules, some crap like that. And then everyone on Twitter is just like, shut up, you can't come back here, you home wrecking, you're out here. So she's like, okay, yeah, no, that didn't work.
Yeah.
And eventually she resigns. She resigns because it seems that the Athletic was like, hey, we're going to need some like receipts. We're going to need some photos, anything to tell us that this whole thing with was a girls trip, like you said. And she had no receipts. And so she ends up resigning.
Ooh.
And she's like, I am doing this to protect myself from these false allegations. and then Vrabel, he has like a press conference where he's like, you know what I did? He's like, well, I've made some mistakes. And I gotta be there.
We gotta play better.
We gotta play better, coach better. It was literally that. I was like, oh my god, it's 2022 again.
Oh wow.
We gotta play better, gotta coach better. I gotta be
better. Yeah, what do you think about your affair? Oh, we gotta play better.
I gotta play better. It's my job to coach better. I gotta say, and his whole thing is like, whatever you do, don't hurt the team. Yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. Goes and does that. And the big thing about this is that not only is it an affair. If it's an affair, that kind of happens all the time. Like people cheat on each other in the league all the time. Right. It's not a big deal. But the big deal,
and that is not okay, but it's just
it's not okay,
it happens.
But it happens, and it's like the NFL for the most part doesn't make moral judgments on people. They make legal judgments on people. But the problem is she's an insider. And so this whole thing, A.J. Brown, previous Titans wide receiver, has been pushed to be traded to the Patriots this entire offseason. And the number one person pushing that has been Diana Rossini. And so,
you're talking about pushing just the story that's going to be out.
Yeah. She was like the one saying like, "Hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna wait. Don't go back." Anyways, so after this press conference, he basically admits that it happened in that press conference, and then a couple of days after that, he said that there's like some sort of announcement. I don't know how it was. He didn't like announce it, but it was given to the media or something, that he was going to miss day 3 of the draft to get counseling.
Right.
And
understandable.
No, I mean, well, why is that? Why not? Day 3 is on a Saturday. Why not get counseling on a Sunday? I'm so confused as to why that was a thing. Oh. And then a little bit after that, more photos were leaked of the two of them getting really cozy in a bar in 2020 for a few months. Buddy. A few months after we just lost the playoff game, where we went to the AFC Championship. And this one is like they're like locked in each other. You don't see them kissing, but you see the end of the kiss, what looks to be the end of the kiss. And so at this point, everyone's like, geez, dude, come on. And so Rossini's career as a reporter is just done. Maybe she can be some sort of commentary, maybe some sort of analyst, but as a reporter, it's shot. She has no credibility, any of that. People are saying there's some speculation that Vrabel could step down and Mike Tomlin could step in as a head coach. I don't think that's going to happen. I'd highly doubt it. But you never know. If they lose a bunch of games, that could be seen as a distraction. You never know. You never know.
It'll definitely be used as like fuel for their organization to be like, all right, well, we're not playing well. This also happened. This is, just like you said, like a distraction. It is just wild. So like when that first came out, obviously everybody's like, oh man, like this is could be something, and then the funny thing was the day that you and Elijah were texting in the group chat, like I was at work and I had kind of seen the things come through, but I really couldn't pay attention to it. So I got off work and I was like scrolling you guys' thread and I was like, oh man, that sounds pretty bad. And I kept scrolling and like every time my thumb swiped, I was like, oh, it just gets worse and worse. Oh no, just kept going. And I was like, it's just wild to me. Like the whole thing. and just how it slowly grew over like a week or two period. And then I even saw something the other night where obviously you said like, it's been happening for a while. She has like a 4-year-old son, right? My eyes itching really bad. She has a 4-year-old son, and I saw something today where there was, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a picture of him like shopping somewhere. Have you seen this?
Yeah, with the
Where he
periwinkle
was like
or the
shopping.
blue thing.
Yeah, the blue sweatshirt, and then later there's another like I guess sit down where she's in that same blue like sweatshirt,
Oh,
and they were like,
you're too behind. You're too behind.
really?
Yeah.
Wait. And then somebody was like, this was 40 weeks before her like baby was born, which is about the term of a pregnancy.
Yeah. Okay. So you're getting
How
some
I'm
things a
behind?
little mixed up. So
Okay.
let me. So there were some other like them in New York together.
Okay.
That was about 4 months before she got married to her now
Okay.
husband.
Yeah, which she
and-
just absolutely like
Yeah,
talks crap about all the time. Like,
yeah.
it
There's been
emasculates the poor
clips
guy.
coming up of her just like saying just awful things about her husband.
Insane.
And that she's playing off his jokes, but it's like, okay, lady, you've kind of made the same
Yeah.
joke about 1,000
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
So the another thing is that her son that she had with this guy, his name is Michael.
Michael.
And she once made this tweet that was like, I'm just sitting here holding my baby boy, thinking about other head coaches and players in the NFL who were named Mike. And it's like, who's a head coach that was also a player in the NFL named Mike? There's like a few. There's kind of a lot, but obviously
Mike, but he's a little old.
Was Mike Tomlin a player?
Well,
Was Mike McCarthy a player? You never know.
Ditka, is he alive still?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember if he was one of them that we've lost recently or not. It's hard to
I don't
keep up with those
think so.
sometimes.
I think he's still alive. I think so. Anyways, and so there's like speculation that he could have fathered one of the kids. There's really no substantial anything for that, but you never know. You never know if they were sleeping together. And then there was like a playlist that she shared that was like verifiably Diana Rossini's Spotify playlist that was called something like "Turning the Page." And it was shared to a user named Mike, like right after we had just gone on that 4-game losing streak where we lost we beat Green Bay and then we go on this losing streak that we've just been spiraling down ever since then. It was during the middle of that, and it's like the worst blues playlist that you've ever seen. And so then he went to the counseling this past weekend, right after the draft, and then he was spotted like at an airport with that blue hoodie thing, sweater, and that's what people were saying that was for his wife. So the blue thing is recent. That was like taken this weekend. And so then someone just found an old picture of Diana Rossini wearing something similar. Hold on, Kat. Don't turn off the computer. Careful.
Oh, please don't do that.
Sometimes they do that. They just step on the power. Hello, everyone. This is Rufus.
That would be bad.
Okay.
That would be so bad.
All of that happened. And frankly, I think it's hilarious because
It's not your coach anymore.
it's not my coach anymore. And I kind of had some bad taste in my mouth with Vrabel. Mainly, really, it was just maybe a little bit of jealousy. Maybe it was a little bit of people
It's
just
like you
needed
getting
to
your
shut up.
vindication.
Yeah, and it's like
you finally getting a little bit of like retribution.
a little bit.
What he's done to Tennessee, or what Tennessee has turned into.
And you know what he did was wrong. And I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to sit on here on some grandstanding and call him a piece of garbage or anything like that. That's not what I wanted to do with this. I wanted to do something else. I was just giving you the stage. So this story leading up to the draft was the biggest story in the NFL. The biggest story for about 2 weeks. And before the draft, there's nothing to do in the NFL except talk about the draft. There's nothing else going on. So if there's anything going on before the NFL draft involving the NFL, that'll lead. That's going to lead.
It's going to be the news cycle the whole time.
This was the story. Story. And certain places talked about it, right? Some people, they waited a little bit. I understand waiting a little bit because you don't want to get it wrong. You know, you could open yourself up to, like, defamation and stuff. But, like, for example, I will give credit to NFL on NBC. Mike Florio and Chris Sims, they talked about this immediately. They led with it every single day. They kind of over-talked about it, but kudos for them for talking about it. Yeah. And I will say other people, like some radio stations, people got fired. I think it was a reporter with USA Today. She got fired over it. Radio people in Boston, I should say, which means I think Kraft was like, hey, you, don't you be talking about our guy like that.
For basically talking the truth or what everybody is speculating on what's happening.
Yes.
Got fired for it.
Yeah. I don't know the exact what they said, but it seems like that's what they did. So the way I consume NFL media during the off season is two specific, basically, shows. And I consume it, or I guess three. 104.5, the local radio here. I listen to them every now and then. And then one of them, I watch clips of their show, and that's Pat McAfee show. And another one, I watch clips of their show, Rich Eisen's show.
Okay.
And I just go on there because sometimes I'd watch Pat's show live. I don't even know how to watch Rich Eisen's show live. I would just watch his clips because I want to know what people are saying. I want to know what the news is that they're talking about the NFL. What are people talking about? However, this past off season, Pat McAfee's with ESPN. Rich Eisen is now back with ESPN because NFL Network and ESPN are now one. Like, not 100%, but they're basically one now.
Yeah.
And they brought this is so circular, I swear. But it's coming to a point, I promise. The NFL Network started adding commercials and advertisements to Red Zone. Yeah, and I believe
consumerism to the finest.
Yeah. You do not do that. It is commercial-free football. That is what Scott Hansen says. And now he just says Red Zone football. He doesn't say commercial-free football. He says Red Zone football. And that is not what I want. That is not. So
anybody signed up for
it. I said, I believe this is exactly ESPN's fault because ESPN and NFL Network are like, they bought them. Someone bought someone. I mean, it must have been Disney bought NFL Network.
ESPN, which then I guess engulfed everything else. Yeah.
Well, ESPN was always a part of Disney, and so Disney must have bought NFL Network, not the NFL, but the NFL Network.
Yeah.
And so then I believe
buying the NFL can happen at any point.
honestly. So the NFL Network is now part of ESPN, and I believe that ESPN pushed to have these ads on. So I said, I don't like that. And so I'm not going to watch these shows on ESPN anymore, which means no more Rich Eisen and no more Pat McAfee. And so I haven't been watching their stuff. I specifically go on my YouTube channel and I said, do not recommend these channels anymore. I like those shows. I didn't always agree with everything they said. I like those shows, so I gave something up. I stood by something, and I said, I can't, I'm sorry, I don't want to do it no more. So now I don't even know what I don't even know. Anyways. All that to say, I specifically went searching for their channels. I went on their channels, and I said, Rich Eisen, Mike Vrabel, click, interview from 3 years ago. Okay, Pat McAfee, Mike Vrabel, click, interview from like 2 or 3 years ago. Nothing about any of this. Nothing. Not at all. Yeah. And I even go, because I'm like, well, maybe they're just not posting the clips. So I go through Pat McAfee's show and I click through and they never talk about him. Not once. Not once. I go, Rich Eisen doesn't say anything. Nothing about Mike Vrabel. The biggest story The biggest.
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't hear it. It's not like there's something else going on.
Yeah.
Nothing. They're saying nothing at all.
What do you think it's because, like, Vrabel is such part of that, like, NFL circle from not only just obviously being a coach, but that player, to where it's like they're trying to almost protect, like, their guy, and it's just being condescending because they'll run with the whatever else.
I think that it's two things. I think that, one, Diana Orsini is one of them. She's a media person.
Yeah.
Two, Mike Vrabel is supposed to be kind of a poster boy for the NFL. He's supposed to be like, he was just the coach of the year. He just went to the Super Bowl. He's with one of the biggest franchises, one of the most successful stories, going on right now. And so the ESPN is telling these people in their ears, hey, don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. I don't want you to talk about this.
I mean, you could see, like, we could probably make an entire, like, multi-hour show about talking about what ESPN has, like, turned into and, like, done over the years. But it doesn't surprise me. Like, that wouldn't surprise me at all for them to basically be like, yeah, we're not talking about this specific thing.
Yeah.
Just because they are very much like, it's a lot of what a lot of media does now. It's like they pick and choose their agenda. That's not part of their agenda. They need the NFL to be successful, which they need him to be successful. And, like, you're right, like, he's a poster child. And it's like, and I feel like, and this might a little bit be the homerism of being a Titans fan, but I feel like it's, we're choosing to prop this guy up because, like, he came from the Titans organization that, can't do anything right and blah, blah, blah. Now look at him. He's in the Patriots, blah, 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 with that lineage of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, and he's the next great one. And that very much does bother me as well. Because I think of it from that angle as, like, being, like, a Titans fan. And who was it? I can't remember the exact reporter that 104.5 was actually talking about today, but somebody had brought it up that in the pre-draft, this specific analyst, like, big, media guy, was doing his pre-draft and was basically like, oh man, like, Carnell Tate has all the intangibles, all this skill, blah, 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 to be a wide receiver one in the NFL. And then he gets drafted to the Titans, and he's like, the Titans are losers in the NFL draft because they drafted Carnell Tate. He's got a wide receiver too, blah, 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 blah. And it's crazy because, like, that's how people think about it. I mean, heck, I even said it during the draft show that we did last week. And I said, like, Carnell Tate's a wide receiver too. And I'm not saying that he can't be a wide receiver one. It's just the fact that he literally was a wide receiver two on Ohio State. Who wouldn't be at that with Jeremiah Smith there? Like, Neighbors, when he got, I don't know, what show was he on with? It
was like some podcast, which we don't do a podcast. We do shows here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we do shows here. But Michael Parsons and Neighbors were just, like, trashing other players, which I think that's just, like, kind of stupid to have that type of player on. That's just going to be like, oh, they're not me, so I'm just going to trash them. But he said the exact same thing, was like, Carnell Tate's never going to be a wide receiver one in the NFL, like, talking in straight up absolutes, and everybody is just, like, roasting him, being like, brother, you wouldn't be wide receiver one behind Jeremiah Smith, like, chill out, guy. Man, so it's the picking and choosing of what they're reporting on and how they report on things is a big reason why, like, ESPN has just, like, fallen off of, like, the graces of so many people. Like, I'm not to that level where, like, I'm not gonna, like, not watch ESPN, or, like, I don't necessarily, like, think about it that way like you do, but I understand why you do, for sure.
Yeah, and more I wanted to say about, like, McAfee especially is, like, his show it's very sportsy, but it's also very cultural. They talk about everything. Like, they'll talk about the Avengers when it comes out. You know what I mean?
Right.
They talk
Yeah.
about anything and everything. Like the small things that have to do with sports,
Yeah.
the big things that have to do with sports,
It's like
and just
he knows
culture in
his
general.
he knows what his followers are like what he
Yeah,
knows his like it's like bros like Avengers,
yeah.
bros like
Well,
WWE, blah blah
all,
blah blah.
all
It's
that
like definitely that kind of thing.
all that to say that he's choosing not to talk about it.
Yeah.
And he's specifically ignoring it. And
Yeah.
I haven't sat there and watched all of their shows, which are like 3 or 4 hours long. And I know they took a little bit of a break, I think, before the draft because they were going to cover the draft over multiple days.
Right.
But like leading up, bookending the draft, they haven't said anything. And I don't sit there and watch the whole thing, so I don't know if they like make small remarks like, "Oh man, that situation that's kind of going crazy over there." But they haven't sat down and talked about it. They haven't said, here's what's happening. We don't know what's going on." Whatever. But for McAfee specifically, he just sold out. Because if this was his YouTube channel, the way he started his career, kind of like what we're doing now, except obviously he had experience in the league, so he has more to talk about. He would talk about it. He would talk about it. He would say all of these things. But now, because he's getting a paycheck, a big paycheck, I kind of get it, but still, a sellout's a sellout. I would probably sell out, but a sellout's a sellout. He's choosing not to talk about it because, well, no. Someone offers me $1 million to shut up about Mike Vrabel. I'll shut up about Mike Vrabel all day. All day I sell out. But so yeah, sellout's a sellout. Whatever. For me, I am more disappointed in Rich Eisen. So Rich Eisen.
I admittedly don't know a whole lot about Rich. I mean, I know him obviously, and I've seen clips of his show. But as far as like digging into it and really listening to him, like as a media personality, he's not one that I'm attached to really at all.
He's a level-headed guy. He's a reasonable guy. He's an optimistic guy. And he has been doing it for, since he's had hair. He does his charity run every year. Overall, I don't agree with every opinion that Rich Eisen has, but I like the way that he explains and talks about his opinions, and I liked his show, and I watched his show, the clips of it, up until the whole Red Zone thing. So the reason why I'm disappointed and quite frankly, I would call him a coward for this is because he finally did say something, and it was right before the draft. It was when Vrabel said that he was going to miss day 3, and Rich Eisen. I saw a short that he posted on his YouTube channel that was posted for him of him saying, "I haven't talked about this," and he basically says, "I haven't talked about this because." It didn't involve football. This was something that happened between 2 consenting adults. And I don't want to talk about it because it doesn't involve football. Now, because he's missing day 3 of the draft, it involves football. And so all I'm saying is I acknowledge, he basically, this isn't exactly what he says, but he's like, I acknowledge that it's happening. And then that was it. And I almost can let it pass. I can almost let it pass if I didn't think that was just a cop-out to not talk about it.
Well, yeah, because I think if he's going to take that stance of like, it wasn't about football, so I'm not going to talk about it. Has he never talked about an off-field issue for an NFL player? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
I can think of one right now. James Pierce, right, from Tennessee.
Yes. Exactly. Perfect. Has he said much about James Pierce?
I don't know. I bet because I haven't watched the show, but I bet I'm gonna click. I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna type in Rich Eisen James Pierce, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see right now.
Yeah, let's see right now. Let's figure it out. Because he would, like, if he's gonna have that stance of like, oh, I'm not talking about this because it's non-football related. I'm not going to talk about blah blah blah. That is showing that either one, he doesn't want to, cop out. I don't know if they're buddies, or two, ESPN is proving your point of like they're in their ear about, you know, kind of having their agenda about what they're going to talk about. But I guarantee you, like, I mean, it's a news cycle when things happen to NFL players off the field. I mean, like, let's look at, if we want to go that far, has he ever said anything, or has any reporter, do they talk about when Georgia football gets another freaking reckless driving ticket? Like, yes, we talk about those things because it is relevant to sports. Like, he is a football coach that, you know, may have or may, because I don't know yet. Nobody knows, right, for sure. But like, all the evidence is pointing there that he, did like cheat on his wife. Like,
Okay.
and that's very much with another report, with an NFL reporter, a football reporter. That's very much football.
Yes. To Rich Eisen's credit, I just did a Google search, and I don't see any clips about James Pierce.
Okay.
So maybe he didn't talk about it, which if he didn't, that's fair.
Fair.
Technically not football. However, I know for a fact that he does talk, because I have it. I did my research. I had this ready. I have it typed up here. I know for a fact that he talks about non-football things, specifically involving coaches and their ability to get hired and fired and all of that. A few years ago, Jack Del Rio I think he was fired from a position. I don't remember the exact context, but it was because of some comments that he made that downplayed January 6th. It was basically like...
I don't know if I remember that specifically. I think anytime I think about a Jaguars coach recently getting fired for like crazy stuff, it's Urban Meyer.
Which I promise he talked about. I promise he did. But that did have football ramifications, obviously.
Right,
but he was talking about Jack Del Rio, and he was making comments and grandstanding about... he was taking the moral high ground and grandstanding about how Jack Del Rio... whatever you think about January 6th, he was, whether he was right or wrong, I don't care. We're not going to go into that. That's not what we're here. Yeah. But he specifically did make comments on Jack Del Rio's comments, and he did talk about it, and he did take a moral approach and commentary on that. And so I know he's willing to talk about it. It's so frustrating to me, and I think that the only reason that he's not talking about it is not because he wants to take the moral high ground, not because he doesn't want to. It's because people are telling him not to.
Because the people at the top, because he's been sold out by the people at the top,
and it's like himself. The two online biggest New England fans, besides like Dave Portnoy maybe, are both of their co-hosts. For Pat McAfee, it's Boston Connor, right? His name's Boston Connor. He's a big Patriots fan. And the other one is Chris Brockman, who is his producer / co-host on the show for Rich Eisen. These guys are huge Patriots fans. Obviously, it's not like they didn't hear about it. They know. Definitely I want to know what they have to say.
It's like if something local. I'm thinking about something local here, like Bussin' with the Boys, right? Like, obviously, both those guys played for the Titans. Mm-hmm. Most of the guys on that bus are Titans fans, right? Even the Jack, the producer, all that kind of stuff. It would be like right now, if something happened and Bussin' was like, "Oh, we're not talking about that. We're just gonna push it under the rug." You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you're Titans people.
Has Bussin' had an episode since this?
I am not a 1,000% sure on that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love what Bussin' is or was. I haven't paid attention to them in years.
Their last live show was 4 months ago.
No, wait. I will say. I just realized I was peeking a little bit there. I will say that I did. I did see a clip from Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
from Taylor the One, literally saying something about the Rossini situation, him and the Rossini situation, and he said it sucks because you know that he always preached that don't be a distraction, don't hurt the team. And this is
Yeah.
exactly being a distraction and hurting the team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they did talk about it. I don't know. I haven't watched the full episode, but I know I did see a clip from them and him saying that specifically of being like, don't be a distraction, don't hurt the team. And Vrabel did exactly that.
And I also want to
So
give
it's like,
credit as much as we clown on him. I want to give credit to Buck because I did tune in one day and he was saying like, "Hey, I get the criticisms you guys have of me in this situation because he's such a Vrabel Glazer. It's
yeah,
crazy." But he
yeah,
was like, "Yeah, this is not okay. Like, this is
yeah.
not. He's willing to say it."
That's
So
that's
credit
one
to
thing I think
Buck.
about. That's one thing I think about Buck is like, yeah,
Buck Rising.
people don't like his takes. He might like for whatever reason. Like, I mean, some people might love him, some people might hate him. Again, I feel like you and Elijah are a little more stronger on him. Like, I'm kind of fine with him in a way. I think it's just because I like his both of his producers are really funny, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, he's not going to sell himself. Like, it just seems like he's the kind of person that's going to be like, you can fire me from this job. I'm just going to say what I want to
Yeah.
say. You know what I mean? So that is good to see from him. But yeah,
Um.
that's a lot of that went a lot crazier kind of than I thought. Like, I admittedly hadn't kept up, like I said to begin this. Like, I'm sort of in the NFL cycle, but unless it's something crazy with the Titans, I don't really listen to it too much, or I don't
Mm-hmm.
kind of tune into it too much. But that went a little bit deeper than I definitely
it's
thought
it's
it did.
it's yeah. It
Like,
was
I
like I
feel like,
said, it was the biggest thing for 2 weeks.
you know that meme from Always Sunny where Charlie's like in that room and he's just like connecting everything with string,
Yeah,
and it's like a
yeah,
meme now.
yeah,
Like, I feel like it's kind of like that. It's like, oh my god,
yeah,
look over here, look over here. You know,
yeah.
like that's crazy. That is so insane. I should have been obvious, but I should have known that your rant was just something with that. Should have been
I,
obvious.
I do want to say to kind of cap this off because we can move on
Okay.
after this. I want to say if all they said was, "Hey, this is what's being reported, this is what's being shown. I
Yeah.
don't have an opinion on it because I don't really know what's going on, and so we're gonna
Right.
not talk about it that much." Um, that's fine. I'm fine with that. You don't have to have an opinion, but you also
Right.
can't just ignore it and hope it goes
Yeah.
away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the least, you got to be like, hey, yeah, just address it. Like, just address it. Maybe a quick statement, nothing too crazy. Kind of stay in the middle and move on. You know what I mean?
And also,
But it
to be
is
fair, they could have done that, and I just never saw it. And if that's the case,
true.
I take back everything I said.
The past 30 minutes. Just
Yeah,
take it back.
take it all
Just take
back.
it all
Take
back.
it all back.
Oh man, we might have to do some strong editing on this
Well,
first. Well,
no, dude,
that was the TSO. It was good while it lasted.
we specifically clipped me saying that Pat McAfee's a sellout and Rich Eisen's a coward, and just tag
Imagine,
him with it.
dude. Imagine. Okay, like we're over here thinking to ourselves, like, yeah, we're just gonna start this podcast. Two guys that nobody knows besides our family and friends, and we didn't play
If
professional
that.
sports. We were both like high school athletes, and that's it. And like, then all of a sudden, that clip goes and it's just viral, and it's
Who
like,
are these two guys?
hey, dude, honestly, let's push it. Let's
That's
push
what I'm
it
saying.
because then that just grows followers like that. Because
Clickbait.
people will follow for that right there.
Clickbait.
Let's
And then
do it. Push it.
we go full heel, full, oh God, I already forgot his name. Who Elijah hates.
Oh, Jared Silver.
Yeah, go full Jared, dumb take Stillman. Uh,
Oh man, the crazy thing was, I don't know how long you want to go. We're an hour 6 right now, but uh, the funny thing is, I was talking to Sarah, my wife, if you don't know who that is,
my
uh,
wife.
before my wife, before we started, and she was like telling me like, oh, like she's like great, like she'll be behind anything that I want to do. And I
Morning.
was telling her, I was to an extent, but I was telling her, that we're gonna film the podcast or the show tonight. It's the show, Hayden. It's the show.
It's a show. It's a show.
I was telling her we're gonna film the show, and there's like honestly a part of me where I'm like, man, this is silly. Like nobody's gonna, and like I don't want to really post it because then like people know that we do this, and it's like that's the freaking point. That's the freaking point. She's like, who cares? She's like,
Hey.
what happens if all of a sudden like you guys like get some traction and it becomes a thing? Like then you're gonna love it.
Motion.
And I'm like, well, you got a point. So yeah, it's just funny like how my brain works. I like want to do it, but I also like don't want to do it and be made fun of.
I have been making a fool of myself on the internet for over a decade now, for dozens of views. Dozens of views.
I loved you for that, man.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to start back. Obviously we didn't get too in the weeds, the analytics, and like I said, I think to give you guys insight watching, but like I don't want to just be let's come on here and talk some analytics. Let's talk about a game recap and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we'll talk analytics.
Pause.
What?
What?
Huh?
But yeah.
Brayden,
so
before
what else you got?
Before we sign off,
okay.
I have
the game.
A game.
The game. Let's do it.
Welcome in, Brayden. Welcome in. You're gonna be playing a game today.
Okay.
And this game is a variation of Deal or No Deal. Alrighty.
You peaked so hard. I did not hear a word
let me go quiet. Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
Alrighty.
No deal. Here we go.
Okay. So I have position groups. Okay. We have running back, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, tight end, and of course quarterback.
Okay.
And in each group there are 5 cases with 5.
Do I need to see your screen for this?
No.
Okay.
No. I have 5 cases with 5 names. One name for each case. One name for each case. You're going to build an offense.
Okay.
And so basically, per position group, you are going to pick one case. And then I'm going to open that case for you. And I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
And then you're going to pick whether you want to keep that name for that position, or you can swap one time, just one time,
for a random who knows?
For one of the other cases. You can choose the other case, but you only get one swap. So if you get someone who's mid, and you choose to swap, you could get someone better, but you could get someone worse.
So are we talking Titans? Are we talking National Football League as in general? Are we talking like what are we talking?
I'm so glad you asked, because this is from the 2026 NFL Draft. The pool is all players taken in the draft this year.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty. So the first position we are doing is running back. And so I want you to pick case 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Did you do the obvious thing? And put Jeremiah Love in case number 4? Let's go 4.
You open up case number 4, and you get Seth McGowan, who was drafted 237 overall. Brayden, would you like to keep Seth McGowan, or would you like to pick another case?
So can I
only one time?
one time throughout just the running backs
for each position,
everything?
yeah.
Oh,
For each
boy.
position. So you get more you get one for this running back.
I feel like I can't sell out just for the running back.
No. I'm saying you get one pick for each position.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
let me sell it.
All right. So that means you can pick case 1, 2, 3, or 5.
Let's go 2.
Braden, your running back is Jadarian Price. He was the other running back taken in the first round, who also
okay. That's the other Notre Dame running back.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm good with that.
So you're in case number 1 was Jonah Coleman, and case number 3 was Jeremiah Love, and case number 5 was Nick Singleton. So if you're going by just
running back, I'm good.
If you're going just by draft position, you got the second highest.
I'll take it.
So your running back is Jadarian Price, who was
all right.
He was a backup. He was the backup.
Brother, a backup that made a first round? I'll take it. First round draft.
Where have I heard that before? The second guy in the position went in the first round. Anyways. Alrighty, moving on. Now, for your wide receiver 1, I would like you to pick case number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I keep thinking relevance to us or our interests, and we did take Carnell Tate at 4. Would you do that? You didn't do it with Love, with the number 4. I'm going to roll with 4
To be fair, Jeremiah Love was taken third overall.
Actually, yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking about jersey number.
He was case number.
I'm thinking about jersey number. I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 again.
All righty, Braden, your wide receiver 1, unless you choose to swap. Hold on, let me check something. Okay, yep. I'm just confirming something. You have picked Caden Wetjen. Picked number 121 overall and went to the University of Iowa. Would you like to keep him? He's also a white guy. Would you like to keep him? Or would you like to swap?
Dude, swap that so fast.
What do you
mean? Maybe any other white boy with the motion can get it, but an Iowa receiver, no.
What do you mean?
Dude, now an a white Iowa corner, I'm there. I'm there with an Iowa corner. True. But,
dude, maybe he can play both sides of the ball.
No. Let me sell that.
All right. You can pick cases 1, 2, 3, or 5.
Let me go 5.
You have selected
I like this
Makai Lemon.
All right.
Drafted 20th overall, which means in case number 1 was Brennan Thompson. Case number 2 was Dejon Stribling. Okay. Case number 3 was Carnell Tate.
Okay.
And 4 and 5, you already know. So,
yeah. I'll take
your wide receiver one is
little undersized, not crazy fast, but a good route runner. He's kind of a baller. I like him.
Far, you are 2 for 2 for picking the lowest drafted and then the second highest drafted with your swap.
Nice.
So both times you've had nowhere to go but up when you swapped. Yeah. So you did the right thing both times. Alrighty. Now your wide receiver 2. Okay. I want you to pick case number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let's go number 1 this time.
Braden, you have selected Elijah Surratt, number 115, was where he was drafted. Would you like to keep him, or would you like to swap?
No, I want to keep him. Indiana receiver, No, I'm keeping him. I'm keeping
You're
him.
keeping him. Alrighty. So, you could have had, in case number 2, Chris Brazzell. Case number 3, Jeremy
I knew he was going to
Bernard.
be there somewhere.
Jeremy Bernard drafted number
Another good
47.
one.
Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Which, that dude's going to be a good pro.
You think so?
Oh,
Number
yeah. He's
4,
pro-ready.
Casey Concepcion, drafted 24th
Okay,
overall.
another good one.
And case number 5 was Anthony Smith, who was drafted 218th overall.
Okay, don't know who that is, but the other 3 were very good.
Yeah.
But I'm still happy with Surratt. That's good. That's a solid choice.
Okay. Now, moving on, Mr. Wood. Your tight end. I want you to pick case number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Which one did you put Sadiq in?
I will say I selected the players, but I randomized which case they're in. So it could be anything.
Let's go case number 2 this time.
Case number 2. I'm going to Google, make sure I know. I want to make sure I have... Okay. Case number 2 is Matthew Hibner, selected number 133 overall by the Ravens. Okay. He's a white guy.
Oh, Matthew is 100% a white boy. Where did he play? Where did he play?
He played Michigan Wolverines and SMU.
Okay.
I think he ended at SMU.
I'm kind of in the middle. Let me sell.
All right, you are swapping. Which one are you doing? You still have 1, 3, 4, and 5.
I go 3.
Number 3. Your tight end is indeed Kenyon Sadiq. Drafted 16th overall, the highest tight end. So you got the highest. Your other ones were Eli Stowers out of Vanderbilt. Jaron Kanak, who I don't know where he went, but the Titans drafted him. Number 225.
Kanak, where is he from? I think I'm getting somebody else mixed up.
And case number 5 was Sam Roush, who was selected number 69, which would have been a big win.
Nice.
But we'll also take 16. All righty. So before we get to the quarterbacks, your team consists of Jadarian Price, Makai Lemon, Elijah Surratt, and Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay.
That is a pretty good rookie team. And now we are on.
That's pretty solid.
We are on to the quarterback. We have cases 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This could make or break your team.
Taking that this wasn't a deep quarterback draft, there's really only like 2 guys that I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with here. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson. Let's go number 3.
You have selected Ty Simpson, drafted number 13 overall. Would you like to trade, or would you like to keep?
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep that one. I feel like my odds aren't good to sell there for Fernando Mendoza. I think even with only 15 games starting in college, I still feel like Ty Simpson. He's gonna work out. He'll be fine.
Alrighty. You could have had, in case number 1, Fernando Mendoza.
Of course, number 1.
In case number 2, Cade Klubnik. Case number 4, who I prayed to God you somehow would have ended up with, Diego Pavia. Who wasn't even drafted. He was an undrafted free agent, and I had to put him number 258.
Oh, no.
And case number 5, Drew Aller, taken 76.
I would have rage quitted our show if I would have gotten Diego Pavia.
But your team consists of Ty Simpson, Kenyon Sadiq, Elijah Surratt, Makai Lemon, Jadarian Price, and that is your team.
That's a solid rookie lineup. That is a solid rookie lineup.
I'm going to do some calculations here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Here we go. Calculator.
Dude, I'm pretty sure my wife bought ice cream. I'm pretty hyped about it.
13 plus 16 plus 115. That's your highest one. Plus 20 plus 32. I was going to say if you got under 200, you would have won today's game. Braden, what do you think your score was?
One 186.
You were so close. You were 196, which means you are indeed today's winner. A round of applause.
Let's go. Could have been anybody better.
Thank you. There we go. All righty. Well, Braden, thank you for joining us on today's that round of applause.
Oh, sweet. Appreciate it. Awesome.
Thank you for coming in today's episode of Deal or No Deal. And that was today's game. And we'll put that in like a short or something.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. You got to do a game.
What a good first show back.
I'd say so. Yeah. Is there anything you got to get off your chest before we end?
I'm terrified that this camera that I've been looking in for the past hour and 23 minutes stopped recording at some point. I'm so scared to go look at it. I don't know why it would, but
we do have a backup, but it's just not very high quality. It's the one that the live stream's been watching this whole time.
Yeah. Hopefully my camera's still going on, but no, it's been a good show. It's been fun.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll do it again sometime. I love how we decided to pick up our podcast the week after the draft, which is the biggest drought of sports content.
Dude, we'll make it fun.
Until college football starts back up. Yeah.
We'll make it fun.
Of course we will.
We got it.
We're entertaining. We're entertaining boys.
We're entertainers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah. I think it's a good stopping point.
That's a good stopping. I'm going to do a little bit of an outro here. Thank you all for watching. Oh, wait, should I make a little message, like a little thanks for watching? Hold on, let me do that. I'm gonna do it so fast.
Live production.
Yeah. Ooh,
production.
Thanks for watching. I had to type that in. Type that in, and then we hit OK, and then we play the music.
I had to look down at the live stream.
Thank you
guys,
for watching.
Thanks for tuning in to the TSO. We will see you next time.
We love you.